The bridge spanning the Suchiate River, which forms the frontier between Mexico and Guatemala, is packed with hundreds of visa applicants, some sleeping on the bridge to await their turn. Loading thousands are waiting for visas on the Mexican side, in Ciudad Hidalgo, and thousands more wait in the Guatemalan town of Tecanyuman. More are reportedly on the way north. The vast majority of applicants are Central Americans, mostly Hondurans, but there are also considerable numbers of Guatemalans, Salvadorans and Nicaraguans. The visas are a result of the liberalized entry policies of Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, a leftist populist who took office on December 1, vowing to respect the human rights of Central American migrants seeking to enter Mexico. Previous Mexican administrations, under pressure from Washington, set up strict border controls and deported tens of thousands of undocumented Central Americans in recent years. But López Obrador has signaled that he is intent on a different approach, one that could draw concerns in Washington, where the Trump administration has made reducing Central American migration a priority. Migrants eat breakfast on the border bridge between Mexico and Guatemala as they wait for their visas to be processed. Credit: AP, we heard about the opportunity for visas and decided this was our chance, said Suzy Polanco, who was among an extended family of 8 Nicaraguans waiting Wednesday on the bridge over the Suchiate. Among her co-travelers were her 8-year-old daughter, Genesis, and an 18-month-old niece, Jimena. All 8 plan to travel to the U.S.-Mexico border, present themselves to American authorities, and seek political asylum in the United States, Polanco said. There is too much repression now in Nicaragua, added Polanco, who said her family and most of her neighborhood in Managua, the capital, were against the government led by President Daniel Ortega. The Ortega government, which has faced more than a year of opposition protests, has stepped up oppression, including illegal arrests, torture, and closed trials in recent months, critics say. The new influx in southern Mexico follows the arrival here last week of the most recent organized caravan of some 2,000 migrants. They were the first to be eligible for the new visas. U.S.-bound migrants walk along the roadside as they leave Cofradia, Honduras, on January 15. Credit: Upward that Mexico was offering caravan participants the new humanitarian visas traveled quickly through Central America and prompted others to make their way to the Mexican border bridge here, applicants said in interviews. Of course, we all want to go to the United States, that's where opportunity is, said Roberto Garcia, 29, one of a group of Hondurans using a towel with a U.S. flag painted on it to shade themselves from the intense midday sun on the bridge. We know Trump says he doesn't want us, but maybe he will change his mind. Loading last week, as the most recent caravan was entering Mexico, Trump charged in a Twitter message that Mexico was doing nothing to stop the caravan, which is now fully formed and heading to the United States. Trump has described previous migrant caravans as an invasion and a threat to U.S. security, and his dispute with Congress about building a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border has resulted in an ongoing government shutdown. Migrants seeking Mexico's new visas face at least a 5-day wait here as authorities process their applications. Mexican officials have been providing food, water, medical attention and other services to applicants. On Wednesday, Mexico's Interior Secretary, Olga Sánchez Cordero, toured the Mexican immigration facilities here with other officials, and received a rousing ovation from the multitudes waiting in line on the bridge. Central American migrants eat lunch, courtesy of Mexican officials, on the border bridge between Mexico and Guatemala. Credit: Upon they receive their visas, recipients will be free to travel and work anywhere in Mexico, without a need to hunker down in caravans as protection against deportation, and against gangs that often prey on Central Americans traversing Mexico illegally. This is a great opportunity for me, said Jose Maria Perdomo, 49, who said he was deported from the United States 9 months ago but would eventually like to reunite with 2 daughters, ages 16 and 17, who live in Iowa. Yes, maybe I will stay in Mexico for a while and work. The situation here is a lot better than in Honduras. But my ultimate goal is to be with my children again in Iowa, Los Angeles Times.